Yo, what's up, you guys? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. So today on this video, we're talking about how long does funding take? How long does funding take? Okay, here's the truth. Um, Funding can take up to 30 days. Funding can take up to 30 days from when you actually applied, you ran the application sequence, to you receiving the credit cards in the mail, or you getting a deposit into your bank account. And sometimes it takes like 24 hours. Sometimes it takes like 48 hours. Depends on what type of funding. If it's a loan, and you have it attached directly to your account, where you give them your routing account number where they can deposit that money into your account, that could literally take 24 hours. Okay, I've seen that done plenty of times. Another way is if you apply for business credit cards. All right, if you apply for business credit cards, in the business credit card situation, from when you actually got the approval to when they are printing the card, sending the card via snail mail, or if they're overnighting it, that could take up to 30 days. So it depends on the spectrum that you are in and what kind of product in which you're applying for. But first, like you guys know, the information is cool, but inside of the framework is where you get a lot of the understanding. So you can actually really get the grasp of this. Okay. All right. So where are we in answering this question inside of the framework? Okay. If we're asking how long does it take? Okay. We're in the funding stage. We're in phase number 3 on the business funded secrets. We're in phase 3 under the money stage. And maybe you just got done 3.2, the ultimate funding checklist. Okay. And now this is your fast track to getting funded without feeling overwhelmed. Okay, so more than likely that's where you are if you're asking that question. All right, if you run a funding sequence without this framework, or your credit not being in order, your chances of getting really high funding are slim. Okay, so let's go back to answering this into what this would look like. Okay, so one is that 24 hours. How long does it take? It takes 24 hours to up to 30 days. Okay, depending on the situation. Now, sometimes you would find out that if it's automatic approvals, for example, if it's automatic approvals, on average, it would take maybe 2 weeks, 7 to 10 business days for you to actually receive the card. So it depends on the product. Number one, all right, so just to simply answer this, 24 to up to 30 days, depending on the product. That right here. Depending on the product. Depending on the product. So for example, if it's loans, from when you actually submitted your application to uploading your proof of income to inputting your routing account number, all that, the turnaround time sometimes is like 24 hours. I'll just put 24 to 48 hours. Okay. If we're going for a business credit card, if you go for a business credit card, you are this is up to 10 business days. Okay. If you go even on a personal 3 to 5 business days. You say 3 to 10 days. Depends on where you are, your location, where they're sending it to, who's actually the processor of like that data. Is it outsourced? Is it in-house? Do they have a local branch where you can pick it up? That rarely ever happens on a credit card. On a personal, maybe. All right, so is it corporate credit? corporate. Is it an MCA loan? And this has like super high interest. With the MCA, the turnaround is like they deposit that into your account. I'll just say 24 to 48 hours. We got personal loans, business. Obviously, when I say just loans, it's like personal loan or business loan, credit card, same thing. Corporate credit or MCA. So in this sense, I'm not guessing we're going to be talking about like auto, right? Because also I'll just put it on there. With the auto, if you get your pre-approvals from the bank, that could take maybe like 48 hours. Actually, mine at that one time took, I think they're just in a rush towards the end of the year. Actually took like a week. It took like 5 days. Again, depending on like how staffed like these people are, depending on how quickly their turnaround time is, every organization, institution is different as to like, you know, their workload, the amount of people that they have running, their underwriters, their approvals, all that stuff. And then also like how quick you get whatever information you get back, you know, with them. Whatever information which they're requesting, how quickly you get that back to them. And that would also play a factor. Really anything, you guys, I'll just say like to a blanket statement here, which is like I don't really like to make blanket statements because every situation is different. It's just 24 hours up to 30 days. You know, depending on what kind of product in which you're applying for. Okay, but remember, ensure that you are following the step or something similar in order to know you are actually like, if you're really doing your homework, you guys, you know exactly like how long this is going to take, right? You know how long that's going to take on average, obviously on average, and what to expect on if everything just ran smooth. Okay. And I would not do a funding sequence or run through a funding sequence if I don't have my mechanics down packed, my momentum down packed, especially if you're going for like super high funding. Say if this is your first 50 to 100K, you might be able to get by, you know, not going hella deep onto this stuff, right? Now, if you're going past your 100K marker, maybe it's your second round of funding, third round, whatever rounds in which you're going for, and maybe even going for higher amounts, and you're asking for big bucks and all that stuff, obviously that's going to take big work, right? A lot of guys who are going to be consuming this content, you're more than likely are not doing, you know, $1 million in your business just yet, right? This might be the starting stages of your business. So like if we're like acquiring like an apartment building or something like that, right? That underwriting might take 3 weeks. They might have some contingencies, some clause in it. Like that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about being able to quickly acquire funding to either start or scale your businesses. You know, under your first mil, typically, for my guys that are, you know, in the higher levels, they're more than likely having like a one-on-one conversation inside the mentorship, whatever, to be able to like take things to the next level. Okay. So, however, ensure that all of these phases are in play prior to running a funding sequence. I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record doing this over and over again, because what sucks, I mean, also might be a good learning experience for you if you like just do it and you just fail. Some of you guys might know my story there, where I ran like 2 funding sequences for myself. And I just couldn't figure this out. I'm like, why do I keep getting denied? Like, this makes no sense. My credit was like, okay. You know, I didn't have any negatives on my credit, but I kept getting denied for like these credit cards. I'm like, what is going on? There's something else here in which I'm not getting. Hence, you know, going to buy all this knowledge when it comes to credit. 5K course here, a 10K mastermind here, another 40K investment here. It was just like, you know, like what are you guys doing? Like one-on-ones with like funding companies, like all that stuff. I just need to like, oh, once I figured it out, there's a sequence to this. There's just, it's not luck that they're hitting us over and over again. Hint, If someone's doing something successfully over and over again for an extended period of time, chances of that being luck are very, very slim. It's more so a system and a process and a way of thinking that they understand that why they're able to get repeated results over and over again. Okay, hope that answers your question. Links in the comment if you want to connect or have any other questions. Drop your comments. Drop your questions in the comment box. Actually, it's going to help me make a lot more videos like this. You guys seem to like this stuff. Talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.